Today I want to talk about how spirit, our past on loved ones, communicate with us. Because, as I said in my previous videos, they don't necessarily leave us. We think that they tend to leave us, but there's always parts of them that will stay with us, especially those that we've had the deepest heart connections with. So, a couple of things how they will make themselves known is through our senses, and depending on what extrasensory perceptual gifts you have developed, they will hone into those, your stronger senses. And now I've got an itchy nose. So the first one is sometimes when spirit is there, there's a room temperature change. I know, for instance, when I meditate and I connect with Archangel Michael, there's a lot of heat energy that comes through, and so too sometimes people feel, depending on who there is, the shivers, like goosebumps running up and down your body, just trying to get your attention. And you'll have a sense of who that will be, depending on what sensations you get. Then there's a flickering light bulb, where light bulbs didn't flicker in the past, and you're sitting there and it flickers, and it only flickers when you sit. When you sit in that space, then it starts flickering. Spirit has the way of connecting with electronic devices and can manipulate, and that is usually a sign. I know once that happened at one of the holiday accommodations, and I was there with my mom and my sister, and it kept on and kept on and kept on, and later on I said, "Mommy, I think somebody's trying to get your attention. Can you please just close your eyes and ask what messages do they have for you?" And it was, it's truth, Bob. They were there, the connectors gave her very important information, and she could do clearing and healing and releasing of what was causing her heartache and pain. Then there is repeating numbers on the clock. For instance, my late ex-husband, his birthday was on the 17th. So when I see 1717, I know he's there. When our wedding song plays on the radio, I know he's there. When there's certain things that I just know. For my children, as if they see a bee, he was allergic to bees, but they associate him with a bee, so whenever there's a bee, they know he's around. So it's we all associate everyone we loved that have passed on with something. Something that they loved, or something that was unique to them, and it is when you see it, yes, they are there. They're crying to tap you on the shoulder and say, "Hey, look, I'm with you, you're not alone." The other thing is music. They've a knack of playing the right songs on the radio. When just after Lulu's passing, when we got into the car, the landlord took me to the vet with Lulu, and we got into the car and she's passed and she's on my lap, and the first song that came up is "Die with a Smile on My Face," and I just sobbed and sobbed and sobbed, because it was her way to say, "Hey, thank you for being there with me till the end, and I just want to know, because of your love, I managed to die with a smile on my face." And so too, sometimes you'll be driving somewhere and you'll be thinking about someone, or wondering what messages they will bring you if they could talk to you now. And it is sometimes just the lyrics or the part of the song that sings is sort of verbatim the messages that they want to pass on to you. And it's amazing how the synchronicity works and how at the right time you'll see it. Or you'll be driving and it will be on a billboard. You'll be thinking and then you think, okay, is that what you want to say to me today? Thank you, I got the message. And another thing, as I said, it's insects like birds, butterflies, bees. There's certain birds that will come and either pick at the window or fly over. I know where my sister, where her ashes were strewn on the beach, a seagull was up above her head, and I could, as clear as daylight, hear it saying, "Hello, hello, hello," and I knew it's my sister saying hello to me and thank you for coming where she's flying around. Then there's others that have told me that there's certain type of bird that will come and they'll know this is either the father or a sister or a brother or a husband that shows themselves in the way, shape or form that to get their attention and to say, hey, I'm here, you're not alone, you're not facing this alone, and thank you for whatever you're doing. It's also not just numbers on the clock that you'll see, it will be numbers on number plates, on billboards, on telephone numbers. Yes, it's just wherever you see it and it repeats, it's trying to get your attention. Then there's always feathers and coins or something. Certain people get very excited when they see certain feathers because they know it's either the angels or the guardian angel or whoever. And it's a gift from spirit. I always, when I go to the beach, I look at what the mermaids and dolphins are sending me, and I listen to the messages, I listen to the signs, I connect with the energy. It's just to be aware. And then there's also sparks flying. Now, in those cartoon characters where you see these stars and sparks around, it's literal, it happens. I would sit and then I'll just see these sparks flying around me. They say when spirit's aura and your aura rub up against one another, it creates the sparks. And I get very excited and I say, okay, I know you're here. Thank you for alerting me. Sometimes it's even in the shower. I'll be standing and I'll just see these sparks flying. So just be aware. Sometimes you'll see movement in the corner of your eye, and then when you look, there's nothing, but you can swear you saw something, and you did. You've just seen them. Sometimes they come as orbs of light, and I gotten to know who is which color orb. They can be ringing ears or hearing something, and then it's to trust those messages that you hear. You talk and you hear something back, and it's not to doubt yourself. Sometimes it might be a taste. I've heard people saying, I could taste it. They were associated with dentistry, and I could taste the anesthesia, and I couldn't doubt that it was them. Sometimes it smells, the smell of tobacco, or the smell of perfume, or the smell of flowers. Sometimes it's a feeling. Sometimes you can feel them come and sit next to you on the bed. Sometimes you can feel the heat on your side. I know certain animals have been rubbing up against my legs. So all I want to say is Spirit does a myriad of things to try and get your attention, to say, hey, but I'm still here and I still love you and you are protected and you are safe. What have been the signs that you've gotten that excites you when you get them? Let me know. Bye for now.